Hello, hello, people. It is Transformational Thursday. It is. This is Kimberly, and I am with my little inner awakened soul loves. So breathe in this moment. How are you all? Lots of energy that's been coming up from me. I know this week I kind of disappeared again. Um, I had a huge wave of grief that like slapped me down this week, and I just like cried for 2 days solid. And I made up a lot of reasons about what that was. Part of it was my granddaughter is going to go back to daycare on Tuesday, and I was feeling whatever with that. And then it dawned on me that it was the my partner that crossed over a few years ago, that it was his birthday, and that I didn't realize it was his birthday, and I thought I was crying because Lorelai was going back to daycare, and it wasn't any all of it. It was everything and all of it. And I also went to I got out and went about and went to the grocery store. I went to Sam's. We don't have a Costco here. We have Sam's. And there wasn't very many people there. And, I don't care whether somebody wears a mask or doesn't wear a mask. That's their thing. But there was energy that come up for me about not trusting, not trusting humanity to regulate itself, and not trusting people around me. And, my story that I have put in my head is because I was being the primary caregiver of my granddaughter, which had a hard time coming into this world, a preemie, 3 surgeries before she ever left the hospital. She goes to a medical daycare that's run by nurses, that's all that's there, and that all the children in her daycare are children that have some kind of difficulty in life. That they've had some kind of something that they're going through, that's they have medical conditions or they wouldn't be there. So for me, I've had this really, sacred thing of that. Every time I feel my own arrogance come out, I have to check in with myself and go, what is more valuable to me? Is my arrogance more valuable to me than life itself? And, I'm a bacteriologist. I have a medical background. My brain has been trained. And so I know the difference between what a bacteria does, which it reproduces on its own. It has, it multiplies itself, and a virus can only multiply by invading a vector, using its RNA to reproduce itself until that um, host is no longer viable, and then it has to go on to the next host in order to survive. And there are some theories that that's what humanity is. That's what we are. That we came from basically, outer space, from some asteroid hit the planet, and that from those kinds of things that come into the planet itself, from that it evolves into something. And when you think about it, humanity pretty much is a virus um you know on earth. It takes from her to keep itself sustainable. And that we live that way. And what I have witnessed within this, in this time period that we've been in, is that we're pretty self-serving. And that I had that um, feeling about humanity to start with, and then really watching it, and this whole self-serving of anger, being angry, displaying your anger, you have the right to be angry, and all of this entitlement energy, and whatever all of that is. So I felt like I'd stayed in neutral and just like really witnessed it and just watched it and was like, wow, this is really big. I had no idea that this was so big and so deep in humanity. I have lived in my own little bubble that I have created. Maybe I've been in spiritual bypass because of the energy I live in and the people that I surround myself with. And suddenly, man, it is like, wow, this is the Wild West out there. And and it's been really weird. The whole experience has been really weird in the fact that really my life hasn't changed that much, except, I actually was busier since most of my time was going to do that. So, anyway, changes are coming up in my life, and it's about acceptance and the process. I was just on another call, and we walked through it was about the processes of grief. And, and I realized, there was a lot of that this week that was going on. So it's um, Alice, I don't remember, no, Gladys, and I can't remember what her last name is, but she wrote a book that's called um, Good Goodbyes, and about the process and the ritual of grief and what it brings up in you. And so you can utilize that with any aspect of your life, because there's phases of life that when we move into the next phase, that there's a part of that, and until we have the closure, that we're still plugged in into the other energy, which is multiple timelines. And I see that all the time in people, that where the closure hasn't happened, the access point is still open, and that there's a, multiple timeline that we're connected into, and that and from that, the distortions of the matrices, did I say that right, plugs into our own consciousness. So that's what I experienced this week. I got pretty hit really hard with it. I mean, really hard. So that's where I have been. And so it's all about transformation. So share your own transformational processes that you've been through and what you're going through and what that is. I would love to hear those from you, and where you're going with this, what you want to do, what you want from this group. Because honestly, I don't get very much feedback from you all ever. And so I really don't know how you would like for your um transformational process to be supported, and how I can support you with the stages of anything that you're going through, because these stages actually apply to anything in life. And it's the first is the energy of acceptance first, not going through all the other stuff and then acceptance. It's acceptance first, understanding, gratitude, and forgiveness. So that in her process, that are the steps, in that, to walk yourself through it, and that, maybe create a ritual for yourself in honor of each process of the step. So I'm looking at that. So my process this week has been sustainability with my garden, and I keep wanting to be connected with Gaia. So every moment that I don't have with my granddaughter, I'm out digging in the earth. So my fingernails look like that, between that and painting. So this week I went crazy with my painting. I took all of those core paints that I've been doing, the art flow paints, and I started going crazy. I did all these dream catchers. One night I was like doing dream catcher after dream catcher after dream catcher. So I did all of these dream catchers, and I'm going to add light language to those. See all of these that I did? So they have symbols in them already. This one has a being in it that I haven't brought out yet. They're in the center. And this one I've been working on today, and can you see the faces in it? There's multiple faces, like Butterfly Woman of Transformation. I think these are going to be my cards. I've talked about that before. This one I've worked on a lot today. See the different energies in it. And This one is so cool. It's a lotus, and it's got a butterfly. I mean, a mermaid lady. So I haven't decided. I haven't decided if that dark plum color is going to stay the sky or if I should. I don't know. I kind of like it because it's dramatic and different. Which way do you go with this? So butterflies, um, lotuses, and dream catchers have been my. This one has peacock feathers. This is a. I thought this was going to be Lashmi, but now I kind of think it's going to be a butterfly woman. This was from a doodle that I was doing, and while I'm on different stuff, I said in doodle. So that was started from a doodle, and now it's turned into dragonflies and lotuses. So that's what I'm doing. So in the containers and stuff that I'm creating with the different programs, and I am working on the new other part of the new website too, that's going to have all the different programs in it. So that's happening. I've only had a little bit of time through the week to do it. So that's going to be like huge total focus with me. So tell me things that you want that will support your journey so that I can add these into these programs that I'm creating. And it's like from what you tell me that is a burning desire within you of how to be supported, of how you'd like to see the container, then from that I can create energies with that. Because when I tap into that, then that's where I'm going. And the program in my heart to create is the for people who are looking for their, what do you call that? Their path of their spiritual journey and how they're going to take their gifts out into the world and how you're going to just be that light. You don't even have to take it out to the world. How you walk in that light every day, and then how you anchor that in, and how I can help you with that, and where you're having your most difficulties are. Um, then they'll give me the downloads to how to support that. Okay, so let me know what those are. This is a place for you to be able to connect in and do that. And I also want to start a circle of anchoring this light in, because when I went through this process this week and I realized I really don't trust humanity to self-regulate itself. I don't. I don't. And when I went into the energy of what that was about, it wasn't, I could make all kinds of excuses about things witnessing, humanity in this lifehood, but it was where I came from before to come here now. And a lot of people that are here now came from other existences that their planetary existence was blown up. That all of there were no survivors to stay where they were at. There was no sustainability. Something had happened either to the people and that that we left. We left from where we were at to come here to Earth, to come and plant Earth. And so Earth has been a melting pot for all of the DNA from all kinds of planetary existences and starseed energies, and where we came here to be here now. And I have full memory of that. I have full memory of coming even from the future to be here now, and what I witnessed and the reason that I came here. And so that's really what was coming up in me. That when I really got down to the bottom of it, I could use all kinds of things that that I'm witnessing now. But the truth was, when I kept going deeper and deeper and deeper into it, it was about the memory that I have of why I came to Earth to begin with, and that full awakening memory that I went through with all of that, and what the call was, and coming from the future to be here now, and jumping through timelines, and to do the energy that I have. And that's that energy of all time happening at once. And it's like I'm a jumper. I didn't do it in chronological order, so I did different time periods, and I haven't came here very many times. What seemed to be eons and eons and eons of life here was only holographic memories of the planetary history and humanity history, basically. More of that is anything. So I know some of the rest of you all have that. I know that it's anchored within you, that we all have it on some level, and either you've walked into that energy or it's waiting to open up within you. That energy is just like right here to open up. So I want to create um, a sacred circle that is anchoring the light, because that's what I'm here to do, is to anchor the light onto the planet, anchor in that part of you that came to be celebrated, and I want to create a circle that does that. So those I used to do ones that were for grid workers and calls that were in there for that, and then what we were doing with the grids, and somewhere in all of it that kind of just faded away. But I'm thinking that it's time to maybe do that again, to anchor in. I don't know. They'll give me the name, and if you hear a name, let me know what that is and what you hear from with all of it. But there's something that's coming up in that, and what is the next phase? What is the next step? What is the next process? Um, I'm hearing them talking to me, and I'm hearing my other self talk to me, and my other selves and me at the same time. And there's this one part of me inside of there's going, so what? Maybe it's time for a new species on this planet. You know, if they wipe themselves out, they wipe themselves out. Big deal. It all goes back to energy. And there is a part of that that's true, that it all just goes back to energy, and that maybe it is time for a new species, that's what this whole thing is about. Because that humanity hasn't regulated itself, that it has done all kinds of horrible, if you want to call it that, self-serving energies to itself, that it has done all kinds of things to itself. So maybe that's what this whole thing is about, that it is time for a new species to anchor here. And so my role is just holding on to the light and anchoring in whatever that is that wants to be birthed into this realm. Yeah, I just felt that. So I just needed to talk it out, I guess. I need to sit here and look at myself and talk it all out. Okay, so breathe that in, and we will do a um, transmission. So the card that came up is Venus. We just moved into Gemini. We got a new moon coming up, and so there's Venus is retrograde right now in Gemini. I think it seems like that's what it is. So we're in that energy of going in inner reflection into relationship energy. All that is beautiful is what Venus is about. Oh, this card, I hadn't even looked at it. I just pulled it and I didn't even look to see what it says. Downloads and understanding. The truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. I just love it when these cards are like totally right on with the energy supporting whatever I'm saying. Okay. So the other card is Lord Ganesh, and it's the infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. Yay, I'll take that. Clarity, prayer, and complementation. I've never been able to say that word. Connect to heaven and ask, and you shall receive. Holy Spirit, Breathe that energy in, the energy of Holy Spirit, what that's like to remember that, who you are, and the connection to that. Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally, and Spirit has your back. Wow, I can really feel that. There's a lot of emotion in that for me with that one. Ooh, so breathe that energy in. So I can feel Gaia herself, Pachamama, the aspect of Gaia that is Pachamama. Oh, it's the other card that was laying there. Gaia, Earth. So feel that loving support of the Divine Mother and with the truth of what that is in every cell of your body. Nesete kera no kora shala hina hi kora hina sata kirina kariatara. Breathe that energy in and what that's like to be loved and supported by the Divine Mother in every aspect of your body, your cells, your mind, all aspects of self, on all dimensions and all timelines. Breathe that in the truth of how grateful she is to you for being here at this time. That when she called out, you rose, you came to the calling. The divine light, the divine Holy Spirit that you are, stepped out from the light of the all into the one divine spark that embodied this DNA skin suit to be here now. So breathe that energy in, and the love, the acceptance, the gratitude, the understanding, and the forgiveness that comes with that. I'm hearing all will be restored. Balance, integrity. Netera koria satana nagiri terana satakari shuturi kera. Nasetera no kore shatana nakari tera no sotori kera nakiri toro shatera nakiri tera nasatakari tara. They're anchoring in something about love and light of all that there is, the divine passage and the connection to divine passage and what that is, how to connect to that, and to ask for that at any time. And it's the memory, it's like a memory of the divine passage. Whew. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here, for being the gift that you are, for being on this planet. Love, light, gratitude to you and all that you do. May you be blessed. Thank you for being the gift that you are. Okay. Blessings. Bye.